Now, very similar to this question over here, I'm interested to find the area of this compound shape. All right. Now, before we find the area, let's understand what we are looking at first. So apparently I have two shapes over here, and over here it tells me that all the lengths are the same. Now, how do I know that? It's because of this line over here. All right. So this line over here, the marking of this line tell me here, all the sides are the same. So with that information, this tells me that this is a square. All right. What about on this side? Okay, on this side over here, I know that the top and bottom is the same length, the left and right is the same length. So that tells me that's a triangle. Okay. So before we work out the area of the compound shape, let's form an equation first, all right, to understand what's going on over here. So with this, I know that if I have this area and this area added up together, that will give me my total area, right? So I'm going to write this down. So if I have my area 1 and then I add with area 2, that will give me my total area, right? Now let's work this out first. Let's work this out. So over here, this is a square. And to find the area of the square, I will have my base multiplied with height, right? But let's take a look over here. Square, all the sides are the same. I am multiplying by itself, all right? So instead of writing this multiply this, I can rewrite it in this way. So I will write down 1/5/6, and then I will close my bracket, and then I will put a square over here, right? Because I'm multiplying by itself. So that's my area 1. And for my area 2, that's a rectangle. So I'm going to have my base, which is this one, multiplied with the height. So the height, since it's not here, but we can find the height based on the information from the diagram. So we can look from the left, this has the same length as this, has the same length as this. So which means the height over here is this one, right? So let me write that down. So again, I have my bracket here. My base is this one. So that will be 3/1/3. And that I'm going to multiply by my height is 1/5/6. Okay, and then I'm going to close my bracket now. All right. And of course, the next thing, we can just use our calculator to work out, and then we are done. All right. But I'm going to show you, if you are interested to expand this fraction without a calculator, how do you do it? Now, whenever we are dealing with fraction, it is better that if we have a mixed number, we change it into improper fraction first, all right? We deal with numerator and denominator, we are good at that. All right, so let's do that. So if we want to change this into an improper fraction, so 6 times 1 plus 5, so I will get 11. Oops, let me change with red color. So I will get 11/6, right? And then I have my bracket, and that will be power of 2. Now let's work out what does this mean, because this fraction square is basically saying that 11/6, it's multiplying by itself, right? So based on the rule of fraction, top multiply top, bottom multiply bottom. So in the end, we will get 1/1 over 36. All right, we're done. Okay. So another way to think about this, just think about the numerator, you square it, the denominator, you square it, and then you will end up with this. Okay? So that's how you square fraction. Huh? Now, of course, again, we can do this with the help of our calculator. Alright, so we can quickly just do that. So I'm going to erase this. I'm going to write this down over here since we already expand it. So after I expand this, it's going to be 1/1 over 36. Okay, and this one I'm going to add with this right now. So again, very quickly, I'm just going to use my calculator and solve this right now. All right, multiply 1/5/6. and I will get 6/1 over 9, and then I will just quickly add this up. 1, 2. Okay, so I add up these two fractions and I will end up with this. So that's my final answer. Okay?